Boxing, as you probably know, is known as the sweet science. As cerebral as it is physical, a lot of people can't handle the stress it puts on both body and mind. Because of that, the few who do lace them up and get in the ring usually have to travel long distances in order to do so. Tonight, though, that wasn't the case for local boxers. The Johnson City Athletic Club hosted its annual Spring Fling tonight, giving its athletes a chance to box in front of family and friends who usually can't travel to their matches. For some, that might mean more pressure, but for most, it's a blessing after having to travel a lot in order to fight.
I love fighting at home. It's different from fighting out of town. You have the home field advantage here, whereas when you're out of town, you can't really bring no one. But hometown, everyone's there to cheer you on, and you're just more pumped up about that.
Robbins won his match by decision tonight. The one-night event went on most of the evening and featured boxers from the beginning level all the way up to Golden Gloves winners. While the boxers fought in the ring, they were fighting on the dragway at Bristol this afternoon. Today was the start of this year's Bristol Street Fights, and even a rainy day couldn't keep the cars away. The street fights are just what they sound like. Drag racing for street legal rides that you drive down the road next to pretty much every day. After working hard in their garages and basements, people get to come to the track and put their baby to the test against both the clock and the competition. And one of the best things, there's no speed limit, keeping you from going wide open.
You could go all out, put everything that you got into it, and do it in a safe manner. You're not putting yourself in danger or anybody else. And if you do get in trouble, like Jim said, there's ambulance and other people here to help you out.
We build these motorcycles in our basements, and we collect information from all of the associated racers and try to apply that to our piece to make them go faster. And every year we go a little bit faster.
One of those riders, Jim Cook, also is a bike safety teacher. So if you want to learn how to be safe on the bike and then get on the dragway, check him out at AppalachianRiderEd.com. The guys who get paid to do it for a living are only a day away from the STP 500 at Martinsville. The weather's not being very nice to them today, though. Practice was rained out, forcing drivers with questions about their cars to just guess how to get it right for tomorrow's race. And at Martinsville, that's not necessarily a good thing.
It's a joy to run here and a lot of fun to race. It can be frustrating, and you got to battle all day long to maintain your track position, but it's a good challenge, a fun challenge.
Carl Edwards is your point leader right now, topping Dale Earnhardt Jr. by a single point. The STP 500 is scheduled for 1 o'clock tomorrow. We're only about 12 hours away from more Tennessee basketball, this time with the Lady Vols in the Sweet 16. Getting this far is old hat for UT. They've done it 32 times in 33 years. And their goals are a lot bigger than that. All year, Holly Warlick's team has been on the grind for 9. That's their words, not mine, meaning they want a 9th national title and first since 2008. On top of that, lone senior Megan Simmons is on her grind just to get her first ever Final Four appearance in her storied Tennessee career.
We just have to continue to tell each other to never give up, to push for 40 minutes straight until that clock hits 0, 0, 0, and not letting up. If we do get a lead, not letting up, and just continuing to have that fight. And this team is completely different from last year's, and I think we just need to just go out and give our 110%. If we want to get to a Final Four, that's what we need to do.
Tennessee is 10-3 all-time against Maryland, with the last game coming in 2005. That game is tomorrow at noon on ESPN. The Tennessee men are likely still feeling the sting of what might have been today. After trailing Michigan by 15 with 11 minutes left, the Vols came all the way back, nearly earning an unlikely trip to the Elite Eight. It would have been just the program's second ever trip to the regional final, and even with the impressive finish, there was no solace for the Vols.
Regardless of the outcome, we played hard, and it was a huge comeback for us. But, the feeling right now, you just can't really be happy after that.
The Vols won 8 of their final 10 games. They now say goodbye to seniors Jordan McRae, Jerron Mayman, Antonio Barton, and DeMontre Edwards. It seems rumblings of the demise of ETSU's baseball team might have been a bit over-exaggerated. There's no doubting the Bucks struggled during the non-conference portion of their schedule, going 9-11. But conference is where it matters, and the Bucks have been stellar so far in ASUN play. Let's go out to the Tom. Rainy day of baseball, taking on Northern Kentucky early in this one. Norse doing the damage. Kyle Coletto doubles to left field. 1 run would come in to score, but just one. ETSU was up 2-1 to the 6th now. It's going to be more Norse. This one, a big one. Jordan Prosishin dialing long distance, 3-2 Northern Kentucky. Now in the 7th, Clint Freeman saying anything you can do, I can do better. The moonshot for him, 2-run home run. The Bucks go on to win. 6-3 was your final. Let's head off to Betty Basler Field now. Lady Bucks hosting the Lady Norse, taking them on. NKU sends a grounder to shortstop. Fumbling around, can't get the handle on it. The run scores all the way from second when the ball gets away from the catcher. It was 3-0 Norse. More Norse, but ETSU's getting the highlight here. Brooke Baxter dives and makes the catch. That ends the inning. Lady Bucks now get a move on, sending it deep and gone. Danielle Knutsa driving it deep. Back comes ETSU. More defense coming too. It's going to be Baxter one more time, rolling to make the catch. ETSU gets the win, 6-5. And Anissa, big day for sports. Bigger tomorrow. Lady Vols in action in the Sweet 16.